Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer. First of all, what am I wearing? I'm wearing Jen's favorite poncho. This is a tutorial here on my channel. Jen's favorite poncho. It's just square poncho. It's really super comfortable. It's really super flexible, easy to make in any sizes. You can also seam it up the sides a little bit, which I did not show in the tutorial. And you can make a super cute squared off like poncho shirt. Just saying. This is made with some yarn from Michael's. I don't remember what it's called. My water's empty, go figure. If I look a certain way or sound a certain way, Mr. Cinnamon brought the fungulitis home to the Cinnamon Stitches household. He has not been feeling good for a full week. As a matter of fact, I was recording last week, and I was recording a tutorial for the upcoming Premiere Yarns week, Premiere week if you will, and he is hacking in the background. So in one of the videos you're gonna hear him hacking. Now today's Monday, and on Monday is Monday Makes here on the channel, and Cinnamon Stitches invented Monday Makes. Don't let nobody else tell you any different. And I have seen so many people use the word Monday Makes on their channel. Cinnamon Stitches invented it. I was sitting in here one day, I was like, okay, I need content for every day of the week. We already had Tuesday tea with Cinnamon, so I was like, alright, well, Monday Makes, Tuesday tea, Wednesday, whatever Wednesday, because everybody does whip Wednesday, and I ain't like that. I don't show my whips. And then Thursday was PL, Friday's yarn porn, on a general case-to-case basis, but like we've been changing it up. We've been doing things differently here and there, because I get bored. And sometimes I plan a video and my shipment of yarn doesn't arrive to do that video in time. But Monday Makes has been pretty much consistent since we started it. And I come on to show you what I've been making in the past 7 days, give or take. Sometimes it's the last 4 days, sometimes it's the last 14 days. But it's usually just like what we've been working on. And I give life update and I tell you what we've been doing for the past whatever many days, how life has been going. I have makes to show you. I have life things to share with you. I have all the stories. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is my desk. Wow, I didn't realize my eye was looking so red and puffy. Looked like somebody smacked me. Like I said, not feeling real hot. But I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Hey, Luke! Luke! Can you come get me some blue water? I'm gonna have him fill this up for me while we're filming. Cause there's a little bit of my straw ain't reaching it. What is blue water, you might ask? It's water with a packet of blue raspberry Starburst seasoning that's sugar-free because I can't stomach regular water out of my tap. I have thought about it and I was like, I don't know if my water is too acidic or too basic, but my stomach does not tolerate the water out of the tap here. I also can't drink like some bottled waters, like Dasani makes me super sick. And if I add, and this is why I'm thinking the water might be too basic, is because if I add just one pack of blue and some ice and water, please. If I add one of those flavoring packets which has citric acid in it, I can tolerate it. If I put a little squeeze of lemon juice in there, I can tolerate it. My stomach doesn't get all upset. So I'm thinking the water might be too basic for my system to tolerate. I think. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I just play one on the YouTubes. So, as I was going to say, nothing in the background has looked any different because we're still waiting on a desk. You might hear a story about a desk because I was, several of you last week was like, I really hope you got your desk. My desk was due on January 28th. Yeah. Story time. I ordered a desk through Amazon. It is very similar to a desk at Home Depot. It's a work table desk. It has a cool drawer that pulls out, like a metal drawer, so like it's a wood top, solid wood top. And the underneath is adjustable, so the table goes up and down. And I can adjust heights for, like, when I'm doing tutorials and my back is killing me, I can make the table up a little bit higher or down a little bit. And it was half the width of this table. So this table is a giant kitchen table. It's, I want to say, 5 by 4 feet, give or take. It's a pretty good sized table.
Oh, I can't find the water.
It's in the
Hi, I'm Backstage Crew.
Backstage Crew. It's in the plastic thing with the handle where all the packets are in from the Dollar Tree.
Hi, Yarn Fam.
All right, the Yarn Fam wants me to have water. He is a ham and a half. He did not add ice. So there's just leftover ice in there, which means my water's not going to be as cold as I like it, but it'll be fine. I'm not going to complain. The table that I ordered is easily 1.5 foot more shallow than this table, and because my rigging attaches to the edge of my table like that, that holds my camera and my light and all that, we will be that way a lot more when I get a desk. This is my goal. Thank you.
Bye, Yarn Fam.
See, I get these, you can get these from the Dollar Tree or the grocery store. It's like a pack of 6 for $1. And one of these fills 40 ounces of liquid. You can also put these in smaller water bottles, but it's way too strong. Way too strong. The strawberry flavor of the Starburst one, I mean, this could kind of be our Monday, I don't know what we call it, we're not drinking milk. It's not Tuesday tea. It's our Monday beverage of choice. The strawberry version of the Starburst is much weaker. So one of those packets would be really good with a regular sized bottle of water. It's kind of weak for this, but I don't like anything real strong. I just want a little bit of acid so my stomach doesn't hurt. I also take these when we go to Disney World or on vacation because most restaurants don't have like Coke Zero. I don't drink Coke Zero anyway. I drink Dr. Pepper Zero if anything. And I don't like most tap waters because of the stomach issues at restaurants. So I'm stuck with unsweet tea, and unsweet tea is not my cup of tea, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a big black tea drinker. So if I bring one of these, I can order unsweet tea, and then this is sugar-free. The strawberry ones are really good in tea. These are okay in tea, but like the strawberry and the cherry are delicious in unsweet tea at restaurants. And Juju usually has those in her purse handy for when Mom needs them. But this way, I'm getting my water in, and I'm not getting sick from it. So back to the desk thing. So ideally, the desk will be that way a lot more. But I ordered this desk from Amazon, and they promised me on Amazon overnight shipping if it was over, I think it was $250. The desk was at just under $250, so I spent an extra couple dollars and got Juju some medicine for her skin. And I think I ordered something else that I needed, and it got me at the $250 mark. And they promised me overnight shipping. We have Amazon warehouses a lot nearby. They said, if you order, this will be delivered overnight. Cool, I'll have my desk. Well, once I completed the order, they're like, well, these will be overnight that I didn't care about. Your desk will be here on February 28th, which was like a week away. I'm like, talk about bait and switch. That already had me irritated. So I'm like, Amazon, you are on my crap list, okay? Come on. Like, don't promise me something and make me spend more money and then, oh no, wait, that didn't, no. I was mad, right? So I'm waiting and waiting. And I got notification that it was coming from UPS. Now that already tells me whatever date they told me is wrong because UPS sucks. Okay? Send me anything through FedEx or the United States Post Office, I will get it. You send it to me, UPS. They have so many times UPS has marked it as delivered, and I don't see them for 2 or 3 more days. or they will say that I went in and changed the delivery so that it'll come the next day after it's been loaded on the truck. So what I'm thinking is, because I've told you guys, we live kind of on the edge of like rural city, and the UPS store is a little bit away. It's not far away, but it's a little bit away. And I think what's happening is they're like, I don't want to make that delivery today. I'm gonna mark it as delivered. We'll deal with it tomorrow. And I think because the desk was big, I automatically was like, well, if it's saying, I think the 28th was a Friday. I told Mr. Cinnamon, I said, well, since they said it's gonna be that Friday, it won't be here till the following Monday. Friday came around and they said that I changed the delivery and it will be here Monday. All right, now I'm doubly upset. I gotta wait again, but I kind of expected it, so we're gonna let that one pass. Monday came around, it got another mark saying I did something. I haven't done anything. I don't have a UPS account to log in. Mr. Cinnamon does, and I know he didn't change the delivery because he knows I'm waiting on this desk to come so I can do things in here. I have ideas, and everything is just kind of, I haven't even been in here because I worked really hard getting this area cleaned up and doing all this. I worked really hard. I cleaned off my desk, and now things are kind of sitting stagnant and waiting for the desk to arrive. So I'm getting impatient. And I've told you guys before, please be patient with the postal carriers and the delivery people. It's not their fault. But UPS, it's always UPS's fault in this area. I'm just going to tell you right now, UPS is on my list, okay? They're on my list. So I'm irritated. Tuesday comes around. I get notification. Well, Mr. Cinnamon got notification from Amazon. My order is being returned to the sender because something about the billing was wrong. They didn't have a complete address. Well, obviously, if you contacted Amazon, they could have given you, like, there's so many things you could have did to get the proper address completed to deliver. It was on the truck for delivery at this point. He's being sent back. To California, mind you. To California. One coast to the other. If you're not familiar with the United States, I am on this coast. California is on this coast. It is a 3.5 day trip by car. Because you gotta sleep at night. I mean, if we drove straight through, it would be, I think it's like 32 hours. It takes us 4 days to drive from coast to coast. Because I don't drive. I'm watching my package get tracked back up to West Virginia. So Virginia's here, West Virginia's up here. And then it drops down here to Kentucky. And then it says package has been delivered. And I got a notification it's been delivered in Kentucky. Contact UPS because that's what Amazon's now telling us. You need to contact UPS. UPS sends us to somebody in India who did not understand what we were saying. And he was trained to read the code and tell us what the code meant, but we already knew what the code meant because the UPS website tells us the code meant that the billing information was messed up and they had improper address. We already know this, thanks for nothing. Okay? He did not understand anything Mr. Cinnamon was trying to say to him on the phone. Not a single word was he just, it was horrible. I don't understand. I don't understand. And you can't talk to nobody local. I mean, forget that. They're not gonna, no, nobody answers the phone there. They don't have answers. So, I'm really, really irritated at this point. And they still have my $220. I know what I ordered. I ordered this and medicine for Juju's skin. This made me happy. This came the next day. What is this? You guys already saw this. It's another hook case. But I got the B one. So now we have free Shavakadoos and bumblebees. And all of my hooks will be cased in these really cool cases that I can slide in a drawer. And when I need a specific hook, I flip to that page. I'm like, there's my 5mm hooks. Thank you again, Karen. These have been linked in lots of places. This is an Amazon purchase. As of yesterday, these were on sale on, I think yesterday, we're on sale on Amazon for 17% off. But I'm kind of in love with these. I'm kind of in love with those. Check out last Tuesday Tees video. I believe I showed those. I think it was Tuesday. The video where I'm opening a book with hooks in it. It's that video. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get Amazon to refund my money. Amazon's telling me to contact the seller because they can't do anything. I contact the seller, which is in California, but I believe it's a Chinese-based company. Not that that matters, but the communication coming back was very... I know that the company was China. I know that the company was China based on the brand name of the desk, based on the information on it. I know this. Whoever's in California that I was speaking with, or that is part of the company, probably in China at this point, did not speak proper English to understand that I'm telling them the package is being sent back to you. I want to be refunded. You screwed up the billing. They want pictures and photographs to help me fix the desk and what's wrong, because it'll cost too much money to come back to them. It's already being sent back to you because, like, it was like talking to a brick wall. And then I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not arguing with somebody that has no clue what I'm even saying to them. And they're giving me bottled responses. I'm tired of this. So I go on Amazon, because you can't just chat with Amazon. You can't. And they only let you do certain things with your orders. So I'm like, what can I do to get my money back? So I'm looking through all of the links that I could possibly click to talk to a representative. In order to talk to a representative about an order that I had a dispute with, because it kept telling me, contact UPS, contact the seller, contact, like it was an automated like thing. I had to go into report. I don't remember exactly what it said. It said something about report a scam or a business that you believe is scamming people. So I click that. I don't believe that they're trying to scam me, but they screwed up somewhere and they're not refunding me my money. And so I'm talking to someone who actually is understanding and comprehending what I'm saying, which was fantastic after all of this. I explained the situation and gave them my order number and all that. And they said, we actually can't file a claim until it's been 48 hours since you contacted them. And I was like, they refused. They want to see photographs of something I've never received because they screwed up the billing. So it's already on its way back to them. I never received it. And I was really polite. Like, I was really polite because I want Amazon's help. I'm not trying to get them to be like, screw you, right? And so Amazon's like, I'm going to file a claim on your behalf. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. And I went about my business. This is a conversation I was having on my phone while we were in the Dollar Tree parking lot. I got refunded within a few hours from Amazon. Now I know if for some reason that company decides to fix the billing error and reship the desk out, even though I already tried canceling the order with them, that Amazon can and has been known to rebill you without even telling you. Some money's gonna sit in my hot little bank account until everything is cleared up on the Amazon website and it's been officially canceled. Because I put a claim, they put a claim out like as soon as I said like they want photographs, something I've never received. They were like, we'll file it. We got you, boo. We got you, boo. So I was happy. I was happy. I got my money back. The desk is sitting in Hebron, Texas, or not Texas, Kentucky. Hebron, Kentucky. It can stay there for all I care. I'm mad because like it was exactly what I was looking for. It had a drawer, and the desks like that at Home Depot, same exact desk, are $100 and $150 more because it's got that drawer. And I'm like, if I had that drawer, I could put hooks and stuff in there, right? So now I'm back to the drawing board, and I don't want to put out the extra $100, $150 for a desk. It's a work table, essentially. I don't need nothing fancy. I don't want a fancy desk. I just want it to be solid. That's not, like, this is pressed wood crap. I don't want, like, laminate on it. I just want wood. And so I actually had a brainstorm earlier with Mr. Cinnamon. I was like, do you think, because I was thinking this would be a fantastic idea, and I'm going to have to do a lot of looking around to see if I can even make this happen. If I bought cabinets for, like, your kitchen, like, because we have the Restore from Habitat for Humanity. It's a thrift store, in case you don't know. Habitat for Humanity builds houses for underprivileged people for I don't know what else they do, but you have to earn the right for them to build you a house. You have to work certain hours. You have to help build other houses. They give you a house. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a really good organization. They have a lot of supplies that's either left over from jobs, that's either donated to them to resell in the Restore, or it's stuff that they gutted from other houses to rehabilitate that house for someone to habitate. And they have all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, I've gotten furniture from there. I don't think any of these bookshelves have came from there, but all of my bookshelves are from thrift stores. My kitchen table desk that I have in here is from a thrift store. My kitchen table in there is from the thrift store. All the dressers in my house are reused because you can't get good wood furniture anymore. And if you do, it's in the thousands of dollars. So I buy the stuff used and I clean it up. I ain't messing around. I'm not paying all that money when something from 30 years ago works better than something from right now. So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just frustrated with the whole desk situation. I'm just irritated. I don't want to order again from Amazon because nothing big like that, because they're going to send it through UPS again, and I'm just not dealing with it. And I'm thinking maybe it was a heavy desk and they just did not want to deliver it, because it's possible. Rip the label off. Oops, we got to return it. You know, that may be wrong. Mr. Cinnamon thinks that they didn't pay the company, like they didn't pay UPS, they didn't pay their bill. And so he thinks that's what happened, is like UPS was like, yeah, we're not finishing this delivery because you didn't pay. And I'm gonna have to change my battery in a minute. Luckily I have batteries on standby. Either way, I don't want to order another desk. I want to go buy one and have it that day. So I was looking at options, thinking about options. I was thinking about like the drawers or the cabinets for underneath, like kitchen or like vanity type things. They sell those without a top at the reuse store all the time. And so I was thinking, if I had two of those, and then they sell the worktop tabletops, just the wood chunk at Home Depot. And I asked Mr. Cinnamon, I was like, do you think you could put those things together and make me like a custom desk? That way he don't have to cut anything, sand anything, like he doesn't have to do anything. And if I want them painted, which I don't think I'm gonna paint them, I mean, it would be nice if it was all white, but like I'm not. All my bookshelves are dark. Every bookshelf in here is dark with the exception of this contraption. I don't care if my furniture matches. Nothing in my house matches. That's not how I roll. Like, I like eclectic. I like unusual. I like unique. I like vintage. I mean, my kitchen table is a carved wood table that I paid $20 for, but it's probably $180 in a normal circumstance, but I just happened upon it. And it's a beautiful, like, it's carved wood. Like, the legs are carved wood. Battery, be right back. Alright. Anyway, I was saying about the tables. So, it wouldn't bother me if none of it matched, and it would just look like, I would just really like a table with, and I don't want a desk. I don't want a desk with like pull-out drawers like that. I want something that I can store things in. Like, if I have a plastic bucket, like back there that you probably can't see, I can slide that in and close the door. Something like that is what I'm thinking. So tomorrow, in my land, I'm recording this Friday night. So Saturday, long before you watch this, I'm gonna go a couple places and just look and see and get ideas and see if I can find something worthwhile to put together for a desk and see, because Mr. Cinnamon's like, yeah, like silicone will hold the pieces together and it should be sturdy, and like that way it has a squared off edge, because I'm buying a countertop or a desktop or a workstation top, whatever you want to call it. It will have squared edges, and I can set the cabinets underneath so that I have a lip on the edge like I need to clip on my contraption for my camera, or my Swift. I don't have a Swift that clips on anymore, but like my my cranking machines, my yarn winder, all these things clip to the table, and when I have a beveled edge on the table, it does not work. So wish me luck, you guys. I know you're seeing this Monday, but there's no guarantee by Monday I'm gonna have anything accomplished. I'm just looking this weekend. So let's get down to the things I've been working on. Found that stinking yarn I was looking for 2 weeks ago. You remember, for Piao. Found it yesterday. Apparently, actually, I don't even remember where I found it at this point. I think I found it in one of these buckets down here. I'm not positive about that. That's what I get for organizing. Entirely my own fault. Oh. Told you I would have that done. Alright, so my bucket is almost empty. I have maybe 10 skeins of yarn left in that bucket that I was trying to empty. Run into Weiss, Mr. Cinnamon. Everything else. Okay. He's going to get soup and sandwiches for dinner. I wanted a grilled cheese for dinner. So, let's show you what I've been making, what I finished this week. Now that I'm looking, I finished quite a bit because I filmed a tutorial for Premiere Week, which Karen knows what it is because it was Karen's idea. Thank you again, Karen. My girl came through for me. She really did. So we got another fun tutorial for Premiere Week done. So we got 2 in the can. And I got the yarn for the 3rd one. So that one's going to be a top of some sorts. I had to order the yarn for that. So I just need to figure out the design and then start it. So I finished the tiger blanket. Now this is not as big as I hoped it would be. It is square, so it's about 4 by 4 feet. This is my tiger blanket. I'm kind of loving this. I just wish it was longer, and I could have I can still make it longer because I still have black yarn. But I'm tired of making the granny square, and I'm tired of making the granny stitch, and so I'm just done. I got to a certain point, I was like, I'm just done. We're done. It's a Lapgan, and we're done. So here it is. It is the the Hirschner's candy corn yarn, which is sparkly, held double with the black Red Heart Super Saver metallic, which I'm not a fan of. When it's held together with something, it's a lot more manageable on my skin because I didn't get any blisters working this up, which thank God. And I just did, every once in a while, I would hold a regular black with the black metallic. And then when I ran out of that, I switched over to orange held with the black. And then when I ran out of that, I just held 2 blacks together, so this edge is not metallic at all. Actually, these 2 black rows are not metallic, they're just black. 2 blacks held together, which I told that story last week. So part of this is metallic, and then I ran out. So this is just Red Heart, not Red Heart. This is Big Twist Value Pound Plus. I held 2 together, and like I said, I have some of that left over. If I wanted to add length to this later on, I can. But I'm happy with it, and I'm glad that it's done because I just wanted it to be done. But I really like the way it looked. Can you hear me through this blanket? I gotta talk louder because I'm muffled. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I think like it's a good heavy warm blanket. And I don't know that Mr. Cinnamon wants it. I mean, it was his idea, but we're gonna keep it around for a little bit. But now I have, look at, I got 2 scrap blankets done out of that one box of scraps. Made 2 blankets. This is the one I showed you guys last week. This one is significantly bigger. This one is significantly prettier. I mean, I love that one, but this one is my favorite because it's more girly. So, yeah, I'm totally happy. Let's see if I can fold. I'm not folding it perfect. I don't care. I'm just going to throw it over here on top of my milk crates and possibly knock stuff over. All right, so aside from these 3 skeins of yarn I threw in there because I'm going to need them. I don't know, maybe there's more than 10 skeins in here, but this was overflowing, and some of these are full skeins of yarn, so some of them can be incorporated back into stash. Like these 2 are definitely going back into stash. These 2 are probably going to be worked together in something. And then, like, it's just like scraps. Oh, and there's also like other stuff that's taking up a lot of room in here. And these black yarns are left over, so these will probably be reincorporated into stash. So there's maybe 15 skeins in here. Maybe. But I'm glad that that has been drastically whittled down, because now it's small enough that it's manageable, and if I don't like what's in there, I can donate it with ease, whereas it's an overflowing bucket of balls and scraps, not as easy to donate. Now, if you recall, I got, last Thursday was Lion Brand Yarn of the Week. I got these 2 yarns in my secret stash bag from Lion Brand, and this was the Spectacular yarn, and this was the alpaca yarn, which this big bulky alpaca did not give me problems like normal alpaca does. It was not hairy, maybe because it was only 10% alpaca. Some alpacas I can't use because they just itch my nose like no one's business, and then they also like, I just don't like the hairiness of them. So I'm not a huge fan of alpaca. This is mostly, this feels like, I can't even think of what yarn it feels like. It's soft and squishy. It feels nice. It doesn't feel like a real furry alpaca. And why is this just a square? Because I had some left over after I made a hat. I told you I was going to knit a hat out of that yarn, and I did, and I hated working with it. I hated working with it. I don't like really fat yarn. And I didn't have the right size knitting needles, so I used 12 millimeter, but this called for 15 millimeter. So it was really tight going, and it's really, really pretty though. And the thick thin caused the stitches to look kind of weird, like, I don't know. I'm not mad at this hat. I think it's super cute. And it's super, like, if it's super cold outside, my head is super toasty. I thought I was going to be able to crochet another hat. And I was going to do a hat that wrapped this way and, like, closed at the top. But I ran out of yarn, so now it's just a square. I don't know what I'm going to do with this square, but I made a square. I don't know what we're going to do with it. But at least it's crocheted into something that's not in my leftover piles building up. So I immediately worked up the scraps instead of, I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen with this, but I mean, it's pretty useless, but I digress. Like I said, I also crocheted a tutorial that I can't show you guys till premiere week, but we're good. So I finished the blanket. I made this really cute hat. And then this was sent to me last week in Happy Mail, and I really wanted to try wiggly crochet. And I've had several people ask me to show you how to make wiggly crochet. I'm considering it. It's ridiculously easy. I don't know if it's worth the tutorial because there's a lot of tutorials on this style crochet, and I didn't exactly follow the directions. I read the first page. I made a grid, because you crochet a grid first, and then you have the options to make double crochets on the grid. Okay, so what you do is I know, and these charts are so hard to see and read, is you just connect somewhere and then you make double crochets going around the stitches. Now what they did here is they left some of the stitches open, and I didn't see if she did that. She did, and then she put a border on it. Okay, well, I didn't have this with me, and now I know. Because like I said, I read the first page and I figured it out on my own. I did my own thing. I did my own thing, and I'm not mad at the way mine turned out. Alright, so this is the one she sent me. And I'm spacing on your name, and I'm so sorry because I don't think I have the envelope. My brain is saying it's an R, and I know you're in Missouri. CB. Right? Alright, so CB sent me this. I think there was, let me see if the card says. It might just be CB. Thank God I didn't get rid of that envelope, right? CB. Okay, CB sent me this. So, I don't know why I was thinking of an R. Okay, so anyway, she made this. She sent me this. She said she does this. Let me make sure this is the right card. Yes. She does this when she has like, crafter block. When she's like bored, she has nothing else to do. Whip out one of these. So, I decided I'm bored. I don't want to make anything big. I have a couple of big projects I need to work on. I've had a high stress week. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself again for a lot of stupid reasons, and there's other things behind the scenes going on that I'm not going to talk about, but like high stress, okay? I needed something that was just keeping my hands busy, keeping my mind from over fixating on things. And I tell a story in Saturday's video, the members video only, where I talk about my fidget toys. Is crochet, and we talk about those things, okay? So this is the one she sent to me. I didn't make this one. She did. So you crochet a grid, and then you crochet wiggles around it, right? I didn't have this to reference. I was not really looking at the book. I was just figuring it out as I went, because I was practicing the technique, not the recipe. Okay? And like I said, I have a difficult time. My brain does not want to read it. I'm really good with charts, but the way this color is, some of the colors are almost invisible to me, and like my brain is compressing the image, like this one specifically. And I'm like, I can't. So what I did was actually different than this. So if you look at the squiggles, like she crocheted like this, right? What I did is I also crocheted this section with the squiggles. So my squiggles actually go like back and forth. I'll show you. But that's not what they do here. And apparently they put a cute little crochet border around it, which will make my life easier when I redo this again, because I just now realized that, and I made 3 of these. So I started off this one. Okay. Now, I think, let me see. Yes, she has 3 double crochet in each squiggle. Hers is looser and softer and squishier. I started off with 3 double crochets in the squiggles, but I was also using a small hook, so these are tight stitches. Whereas this is soft and squishy, and I like the way this is a lot denser. Not that mine is worse or hers is better, but like just differences, okay? I started off here in the center, and I was just like, I wanted to do center out so that I could make sure that I was doing all the stitches. Whereas I thought it would be more difficult, and I was correct, if I worked outside in, because then I'm working in smaller spaces, because it's hard for me to explain this to you unless you've done this before. You're literally crocheting around the grid. So this is all surface crochet. And each one, so let's say this is a grid. This is double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, all the way, the whole thing. You make a grid and then you crochet on the top of it. So it's like surface crochet-ish. Okay, you can see here, this is me crocheting around the posts. So in each line of the square is 5 double crochets. And you can work it more in a ruffle fashion where you're doing this. Or you can work it on like the diagonal and just work it like this. You can work it, hers is like mine, it's center out. This one is more diagonal-ish. This side, okay, this side is diagonal. See how I'm working back and forth like this? But then the bottom, like I was running out of yarn, so this became like all like, it just was going, okay? I was just going. This almost looks like one of the patterns in here, but I didn't follow a pattern. What I did is I just changed color randomly because I wanted to change color randomly. And then as I was re-looking through this, just at the pictures, because those charts fry my brain. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, it's the first page. Yep. Alright, so kind of this. See how you have the diamond? It kind of did that on its own. Not perfect because I was not following a chart. I just changed color randomly. And I was asked, what can you do with that? What is the purpose of that? Okay, I kind of explained this when I first got it, the book. This would make a really cool bath mat, like a really big bath mat, because it's made out of cotton. Both my bath mats in my bathroom are made out of cotton. This is not me telling you to hurry up and go do this wiggly crochet. This is just my ideas, okay? Super cool for like a bath mat. It's machine washable and dryable, like as long as you use a cotton that can go in the washer and dryer, obviously. This can be used if you're using 100% cotton, not the cotton polyester from Premier Yarns. 100% cotton, you can use this as a hot pad because it's super thick, and you just, these were really popular in the 70s apparently for hot pads. Hot pads, okay? You can also put these under your bowl when you're coming out of the microwave if it's 100% cotton, right? Because you got a little hot pad thing for your bowl, right? In here, this one with the hearts is actually a sachet, so they made like 3 grids and there's some sort of sachet in the middle. They put this technique on the edge of a purse. This is a hot pad. Apparently they made a doorstop. Placemat. Be super cool placemat. And I was thinking hers specifically because it's soft, this would make a fantastic washcloth. Now I know that probably sounds weird, but think loofah or think like a scrunchie. What are those things called? The loofah ball things, right? Because it has all of these wiggles and squiggles, that's gonna suds up and make bubbles, right? And then you just wash yourself. I totally can see that, right? So these are the things I'm thinking about. Now I've made a couple. This one is Premier Yarns, so it has polyester, so this cannot be a hot pad. And this one is Crafter's Secret Cotton. And so this one will, what I've been using this for honestly is I set this on my side table, and so that I know where my scissors are. And I put my crochet hook on there and I just set it there and it holds it. So it's been just on my table, and like when I'm done, that's where I put my tools when I'm like set them down for a minute. It's worked because the squiggles are not really letting the hook roll like a flat desk. I'm not saying do that with your resin hooks because like I don't want them to roll off and you think I'm responsible for that. But that's what I've been doing with my metal hook and my metal scissors and my eyeglasses. I've been taking my eyeglasses off and setting them there so that everything is right here contained on my table, and I know that I just sat them on that spot. Okay, so this was my practice. This was me working center out. Then I had scraps left over from this one. Actually, I thought I made one out of this. I don't think I did. So this is scraps, and this is scraps left over from this one. Okay, and this was scraps that was in my bucket, and this was just a cone of cotton that I had. So I pulled them together and I did this way instead of center out. And then when I got to this point, I started just doing like little section here, and then I filled in this area. So I just kind of filled it in, but I still think it looks really cool. But the difference between mine and hers, do you see the edge? Well, her edge is like all straight and mine is like kind of like corally. This is what the book says to do, which I didn't follow the directions. So the edge, every other square on the edge stays empty. I didn't do that. I did a lot of, well, I'm going to fill that part in, and then I chained back and continued on, and then I get another spot, and then I'd connect it, and then I'd chain back and go, not chain, slip stitch back. I'm wearing myself out. My arms are actually getting tired. Holding up all this heavy crochet, because these are heavy and these are yarn eaters. I showed this one in the Facebook group, and the questions I had was, is it fun? Are you enjoying it? Yes. This is mindless. It's fun because I'm literally just putting a whole bunch of double crochets in random spots and making up the pattern as I go along of which way we're going to do the snake. Because these are like little snakes. Okay? I really like the texture of it. Like, I like squishing and put my fingers between it. It feels like a fidget toy. I kind of explained that a little bit better in the video because there's more to it than that. I just really I like the way it feels. So I keep squishing it. And Little Man likes the way it feels. So I had fun making it, yes. Is it a yarn eater? Yes. A lot. I can usually make an entire dish towel out of one color of the yarn. And I made a hot pad and that much. So it uses up double the yarn of what you would make for a regular washcloth. Then I really like the look of this. But again, these charts are hard for my brain to comprehend because you have to count on the grid and you have to like keep track of where you've gone, and that's too much work for me. So I actually like looking at this for not the charts, but for like ideas of what I can create on my own with my own ideas, because this is cute too. Like this little candle holder cover, but that could be like a cup koozie. I mean, lots of things you can do with this stuff. But I couldn't follow the chart, and I didn't want to follow the chart, so I just did this. I made a heart-shaped grid, which was hard to do because I didn't know what I was doing. So because this is, and there's a lot easier ways I could have done this than the way I did it, because I started here and I worked out and around. And what I could have did is did a rectangle this way and then built off of it in a rectangle that way. And then it would have kind of been a heart this way. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I did it the hard way, and I made a center square, and then I built on squares around. Totally did it the difficult way. And then when I did the squiggles, it gave it the natural rounded because the way I was doing it was wrong, but like it worked out for my benefit. So I made a heart. And this is a heart hot pad, or, I mean, I can set my cup on it. I can use this for my teacup and like my teapot or my pitcher tea thing, strainer thingy. And this is just peaches and cream. So I believe this is 100% cotton. This can be used as a hot pad. Make sure, double check. 100% cotton. This can be used as a hot pad. Let's see the Crafter's Secret. This is also 100% cotton. So this yarn could essentially be used as a hot pad. Premier Yarns cotton has polyester in it, and they say the polyester is in it to prevent mold and stuff like that, I think, from like, so you're using it for like washcloths and stuff like that. I have not noticed a difference between the cotton that's 100% cotton and the cotton that has polyester on whether one stinks faster or the other. You just gotta rinse it out and hang it up to dry after every use. Or throw it in the dishwasher when you're done. I don't use these in the kitchen sink though. I use my washcloths and stuff only in the bathroom. I prefer sponges and scrub things in the kitchen just because these do tend to stink in the kitchen. But I mean, that's personal preference. This is getting a little bit itchy. It's been on my head too long. I'm starting to sweat under there. But yeah, that's what I made this week. Made some good stuff. I'm really happy with the wiggly crochet, and I'm really thankful that CB sent this to me because I learned a new technique. I have another new thing I can put under my belt for those times, like she said, when I just don't know what else to make. And what happens a lot of times is, I have explained this to you guys, I get bored easily. I get overwhelmed easily, especially with like crochet is work and fun for me. So like sometimes I blur the lines between what's work and what's I'm doing for fun, you know? And that can become like overwhelming to me. And I sometimes have to like, okay, that's work, this is not. And I have also discussed that on the channel recently. This is something I can do when I'm putting so much pressure on myself to figure out something new to work on. And I just need to work on something and I don't know what to work on. And I come in here and I sit sometimes and I cry because I'm stressed out and I want to work on something. I don't know what to make, and like the pressure is on me, and it's pressure I put on myself. And so this is something else I can put into my, this only took me a couple hours just because there's so many double crochets, but it's something like I don't have to think. I don't have to plan. Like I can make the grid as big or small as I want. I can use whatever yarn I want in whatever fashion I want. And even the back looks cool. And even though I was doing it wrong, I think it looks cool my way. I mean, hers definitely looks more manicured. But so now I have a stack of wiggly crochet, and I'm probably gonna have a stack more because I have some yarn down here that is from the scrap bin that was taken out of the scrap bin. This is one of them. The cotton for this was one of them because it's leftovers from another project, and so it goes in there. But cotton couldn't go into the blankets because that's an acrylic blanket, and I don't mix fibers like that. And so there's a couple cottons in here I want to use up. I also have giant skeins of cotton that I usually use for dish towels and stuff like that. But I've had them a while and I would like to put them into stuff, and this is a really good idea to use up my extra cotton. I don't have a lot, but I have some really big skeins. And it was when Premier Yarns was doing, is before the cones, well, they have more yardage on them than the cones of cotton. They were giant balls of just this kind of cotton from Premier Yarns, and they were clearanced out at Tuesday morning for $5, and then Premier Yarns discontinued them. So they were discontinued on Premier Yarns website, like 3 for $10 for giant balls. And so I bought a bunch, and then me and my sister bought some together, and so I sent some to her and I kept some. So yeah, I kept, God, it's down to like here already. I better stop or I'm gonna be up all night. Slow down. And I ain't even had dinner yet. It's almost 7. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been making. The plans for this week are, I have a yarn haul from Premier Yarns that I'm going to show you. I'm expecting another yarn haul from Canada any day now. You should already kind of have a hint on what I ordered and who I ordered from, because they've been featured recently on this channel, and I have slightly become obsessed with his YouTube channel. So, okay, it's Arcane Fibers. I ordered from Arcane Fibers. I'm totally obsessed with Tyler. I also, like, I love watching his newer dye videos where he's talking. I love more than the older ones where he's just dyeing and it's music. Like, I didn't really like those ones. But his channel is amazing to turn on before bed, and I fall asleep and he plays all night. And so it's like a nice steady, like, even when he's talking, his voice is very like soothing to me. So like I can sleep and then I wake up, because I wake up a lot in the middle of the night. I don't sleep real well. I wake up and there's yarn on the TV and yarn dyeing, and I'm like, oh, that's comforting, and then I can go back to sleep. And it's not that he makes me sleepy. I mean, he does relax me watching him. But like, I love yarn. I love watching the way he dyes and pours the yarn. I like the whole process. I loved yarn dyeing videos. And I really, like, now that he sent me that box of yarn, like, I'm hooked on his yarn. His yarn is gorgeous. And I have plans and ideas, and so whenever that comes, that will be another video. But it's coming from Canada, and it's coming from a part of Canada that is nowhere near me. So I've been watching it kind of travel through the entire world to get here. It's due any day. I'm really excited to do that unboxing on the channel this week. And then I also have to start on another tutorial for Premiere Week, because I'm trying to get as much done ahead of time so I'm not... Because when I'm doing Premiere Week, this is what I do, okay? I record the tutorial, which sometimes is comprised of 10 to 15 clips, and I film all day, sometimes for several days in a row, filming, creating, processing, like all of that. Then I go back and I film the opener where I show you, this is what we're making in today's tutorial, this is the yarn we're using, and I explain all that. So I have to film that set of videos as well. So you have all the videos for the tutorials, and then because it's 5 days of tutorials, those have to be processed and edited together, and then I have to film 5 intro videos featuring the yarns and the product and the project. And then I have to film another video where I'm telling you about all the projects for the week and all the products for the week. And so it's a lot of filming for 5 days of videos. It's a lot of filming. It's a lot of extra work. And in the past, I've been like, I'm going to wait till the last second. I'm going to film all this stuff in a matter of 2 weeks. And I decided last year that it stressed me out and it made me sick, and I'm not doing that to myself anymore. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to film just an extra tutorial every week with my normal batch of 5 videos, 6 videos. I do 6 videos a week. I do 5 here on the main channel, and I do a members video every week, 6 videos. So now I'm filming 7 videos a week for the, well, 6 videos in a tutorial, because a tutorial doesn't count as a video. It's a whole nother thing entirely. And while doing all this extra work, I am designing each thing that I am tutorializing you to. So it's my designs. In the past, I have used tutorials off of Premiere's website. I'm not doing that this year. I'm just designing everything. So we're 2 down. We got 3 to go. And I have, like, we're making a top. We're definitely making a top. I have the yarn for it. I'm really excited. And I have 2 yarns that I'm thinking about working into the week. So I just need to put yarn to design. And that's just going to take creativity on my part. So I'm just taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, one video at a time, one design at a time. I have my little stitch notebook where I'm writing down the patterns as I go. But yeah, it's a lot of extra work, and I'm glad that I'm doing it this far out. Now, Premiere Week is probably, I'm planning it for the beginning of March. So probably the 4th through the 8th, I'm hoping, provided everything goes well. It could be the 11th through the 15th of March, but I'm really planning for the 4th through the 8th. So mark your calendar, Premiere Week, and it will be 5 days of tutorials and yarn, me showing off the Premiere yarns that we're using and all that. It's a lot of fun. The whole yarny community tends to get in on it and starts making some of the things. And what I try to do is I start the week off with something small that takes the day. maybe an hour. Like some of them are really easy projects, and then we build up through the week and the projects get a little bit bigger, and then we end the week in a garment. And so I think last year, I'm trying to remember what we did last year. Last year we did, let's see if I can find my last year's playlist, because I know I do a playlist every year. I should probably put my glass on. Alright, I have Premiere Week 2022. Oh, my glasses are dirty. Premiere Week 2021. Is this our 4th year doing this? It can't be. Premiere Week. No, I don't mean Premiere with an E. Why are you not showing me my own videos? I'm resorting it A to Z. Let's try that. Premiere Week 2023. So last year we did a headband to start the week. We did... That is not Premiere Week. Some of these videos are not... We did the Jacob's Granny. Oh yes they are. We did... Okay. We did a headband, fingerless gloves, great Jacob's Granny blanket, the cotton sprout yarn tank top, which is right here. And then we ended the week in the granny pullover sweater, which is not this granny pullover. That was actually a tutorial, that was a pattern from Premiere. This tank top was my design. I can't wait till it's warm because I've never wore that, and it probably is going to fit me too big now this year. So that's kind of what we do. I'm not doing 2 shirts this year, I don't think. I don't really know all of what I have planned. The 2 projects that I have done this week, or the past 2 weeks, is smaller projects, easier projects. But we're still in the process. I'm definitely doing a top. We're definitely doing a shirt of some sort. I'm thinking a t-shirt style because I'm aiming for like spring summer type items for Premiere Week this year. So yeah. If there's anything you want to suggest, a specific Premiere yarn you would like to have featured, you can put that in the comments. I'm open to suggestions. Or if you want like a certain, like a certain thing shown on here for Premiere Week, I mean, you can suggest a shawl, you can suggest a baby sweater, you can suggest whatever it is you have in your head that you want to learn how to do. You can suggest it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you can always suggest it and help me spark my ideas. Definitely making probably a short sleeve top, I'm thinking. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.